What's happening, y'all? My bad. I was trying to fix my camera, but it just didn't work. Oh, need to fix the mic too, because it just wouldn't work. Uh, um, as you can see by the title, stop making excuses. Um, stop making excuses. It should be for female abusers. You know. So let me change that real quick. Oh man, come on. Okay. So in lieu of, what happened yesterday, what I had to talk about yesterday, I couldn't really get it off my chest the way I wanted to per se. What's happening, relevant Dizzy? Tahaka was good, you know. So now I'm gonna get it together, even though the camera don't work, because I'm okay. I'm gonna say that for now, but maybe it's best that this thing stays off. But last night I'm looking around and I see a young lady. I see a young lady kill her husband last night out in Baytown in Houston. What's up, Tidy? What's up, Faye? You know what I'm saying? Dollar Washer, what's happening? You know, yeah. But I'm gonna try to get it completely right because I didn't put the other one up yesterday. I just put it on private. I don't even know if I'm gonna put it up. But what winds up happening is, Cooley, what's happening? I see this double standard, and I saw some guys got arrested for being abusive, and they killed chicks or tried to rape chicks in this thing, and they got charged, rightfully so. But when females are abused, there's this whole, mask of we shouldn't really treat her like that, and that's stupid. Now, Miranda, what's happening? I'm okay. Um, but for some of y'all who know, yesterday I got on here. My little cousin was murdered 2 days ago. Actually, I can say for sure now, but I already knew it. But I can say for sure now, he was walking out of the house because him and his girlfriend was having an argument, and she shot him while he was walking out. She shot him in the side of the neck. So and it ticked me off. It didn't tick me off that she got a. It ticked me off that she got a negligent homicide charge, which is still a homicide charge, but they said, her behavior was she did something reckless, and you don't do something on purpose like that. Killing somebody is reckless. So to try to downgrade, she had like a $10,000 bond, so it's $1,000 she could get out, and because she's a mother, you want to get her affairs in order, and that bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Paul, what's happening? Cody, we good. Prometheus, what's happening? PW, what's happening? But um, you know, yeah. It's not going. It's not like the charge could not change, but it was a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, Faith. But so it winds up happening. I'm sitting there thinking, and it just dawned on me like when we have females who abuses, it's just like a whole different world of respect. Because when things happen to men, it's not that bad. Like, and I started just going back in my head, like. We make fun of Al Green getting hot grits thrown on him, or Lionel Richie. I think he got grits thrown on him, or oatmeal, and his wife, quote unquote, beat him up, right? Because she caught him cheating. I don't know I guess that's the same thing that happened with Al Green. I don't know, but the Medea grit ball thing, which with that one I get it. The dude was beating her, but that's a movie. But the thing about it was. So if men get cheated on, if men was getting cheated on in the 60s and 70s and 80s and throwing hot grits on women because they got cheated on, would that be, like how would that look? She cheated on me, so I threw grits on her. She cheated on me, so I threw some hot gravy on her. She cheated on me, so I threw some hot grease on her. Come on, man. What's up, Vern? I got you, Tahaka. Like that sounds crazy, right? What's up, Young Jay? You know, when guys get cheated on, you know, they don't go off. Shalom, what's happening, Goshen? They don't go off and do the things that these ladies say they did because they were hurt. You know, if guys get mad, they don't just this story of what guys do. You know what I'm saying? CEO, what's happening? You know, it's stupid. You know, cool. I'm gonna try to keep it PG, Vern. I ain't gonna mess up your job. You know, I had to take a couple of days off. Actually, today my day off anyway. But the thing about it is, all of all these narratives are getting on my nerves, and maybe it's because of the day. You know, sometimes I talk about it. Sometimes I try to be fair, you know, balance and bring up both sides. You know what I'm saying? Hot bacon grease, you know, and bring up both sides. But I don't think I'm gonna do that today. I don't think so, because you know I was listening to uh, shout out to Kendra and Minister Jack. I know they live right now, so I just had to get it off my chest. So shout out to them. My bad. But what wound up happening was I'm looking at Gabe from Ultimate Black Male Radio talk about the Clark Sisters movie, right? You know what I'm saying? Killmonger, what's happening? DJ, what's happening? You know, and Dr. T. S. Johnson, if you ever see this, appreciate the condolences, brother. Really do. Um, so appreciate the people who hit me up on Facebook and stuff like that. Um, but the Clark Sisters is another whole movie, right? That now we playing this game. Hurricane, what's happening? You know, so now we allowed the Clark sisters now got to be the evil man in the video in the movies. You know, the same thing with this Madam C.J. Walker, the no good men, right? This narrative, you know, the color purple, no good men, and I started thinking about all of the Tyler Perry, no good men type of thing, right? And even female abusers, and in the narratives of these movies and TV shows, they're viewed with some type of crazy humanity. You know, the mother that allowed the daughter to be abused, or the mother that beat the daughter, or the mother that made sure the daughter was beat or raped and molested, she has to have some type of humanity, which is stupid to me. You know, but that's what it is. Jermaine, what's good, fam? Yeah, this is what we on. This narrative, it had to be the man. And I started thinking about other stuff like, you know, these depictions of brothers, and it started crossing my mind. I remember watching, because when I saw The Banker, there was a scene in The Banker where it was like Anthony Mackie's character was talking to Neil Long, which was his wife, and you know, it was like they had to throw in a scene where, well, you're a woman, you're supposed to do this, and it really didn't fit in my opinion at the time. But it was like, okay, it's kind of like pushing the narrative. You know, his pride won't let him do something, but his wife has to do something, you know, even though of her quote unquote oppression. And I'm like, you know, and this is the problem. And all these narratives don't necessarily, they don't really fit the factual reality, but because it's skewed to black men, the narrative that these black men had to be doing something evil, you gotta put sauce on it. So all of these narratives, all of these you gotta act like this because the men did this and the men did that, and the women keep quoting television shows and movies and songs, and the problem is all those things have sauce on them. What I mean, sauce, if somebody ever listens to this, is always extra things in there that weren't actually true to make it look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, Dollar Washer. You know. So now we're gonna play this game like, oh, because it has to fit the narrative of what the ladies have been talking about for years. Oh, you know, it was, we were abandoned and we were beaten and we were abused and not. So you got to put this in every movie. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with it. When you put with the Madam C.J. Walker, like when Gabe was talking about the Clark sisters, it was things in there that weren't factually true, that you just made it like black men did certain things or didn't do certain things to make it look like that on TV. So when people actually dig into it, it wasn't true. It wasn't really true. But this goes with the narrative. So another lie to push a narrative to be abusive to men or to disrespect men. When you go to the Madam C.J. Walker thing, another bevy of lies to disrespect these men and treat men a certain way for no reason. And I'm going somewhere with this. When I thought about, the Harriet, the bigger, longer, another made up lie to push a narrative about things that didn't really exist. And these are supposed to be true stories. This is why I'm saying it. These are supposed to be true stories. You go all the way to you remember when they were doing The Color Purple, which was supposed to be kind of based on a true story. Even the daughter had to say, that's lies. Even other people who lived in it, that's not how it went down. So all of these lies, you know what I'm saying? All of these lies. But this is the reason why we act like this. This is the reason why, man, get out of here, man. The reason we aren't feminine is because in the movie with the made up character and the made up lie, you know what I'm saying? This is why the women went from being this way to that way. Well, if it's a lie, how is it real? Same thing. What was the one with the women with the God dog it, the sisters, the mathematicians that worked at NASA? It was lies in that, you know. And the crazy part of the lies was to make the white people look less racist than they were. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to be less racist than they were in the movie. But it was the brothers who man, come on, man. But this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna go down. Okay, no problem. We gotta fit these narratives for you, no problem. And the reason, Hidden Figures, thank you, John. So all of this is based on lies. You know, and the crazy part about it is people are starting to see that it's too much of a lie because there's too much sauce on this stuff to make men look like the villain. So because all of these TV and movie and song depictions and video depictions, this Birth of a Nation Part 3 that's been going on for years, you know what I'm saying, is these depictions to say this is why we treat the men this way. You know, and I've been sitting here chilling about stuff like this for years. See, people look at Waiting to Exhale like they should feel sorry for all the women in Waiting to Exhale. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. Did you felt sorry for you should feel sorry for Angela Bassett because she got cheated on. Understand. She got left. She got played. I understand that. She had to fight in a divorce. You should feel sorry for a character like that. But in the end, she won millions of dollars if you're just doing it by stereotypical character. But should you feel sorry for Whitney Houston's character who was dating a married man? No, right? But you did, right? You felt sorry for, she just happens to be in love with a married man and he won't leave his wife for her, but he loves her. No, you didn't feel sorry for the wife because it had to be, the dude had to be the problem in this situation. Even when our character was low down, it was viewed in a non-low down way, No, I get you, Dollar Washer. It was a mistake, man. It was a mistake. It was when you want to be right so much and you just want to get your way, But I appreciate you, Dollar Washer. I definitely get it, man. I'm gonna take it down right now because I still can't really, I can't right now. I can, but it's just like it's gonna throw me somewhere. I already know that. This narrative that the backbone and all of these things went on in the past, and these men were like this, and these men were like that, and there's no whole truth to the story. Like I used to talk to people about Jason's lyric. Whatchamacallit was a drunk, right? Forrest Whitaker, Mad Dog. He was a drunk. He was quote unquote abusive, but they always depicted him as a vet. Now we say what PTSD is, and people who was messed up when they came back from the Vietnam War. But when the movie came out, if you didn't know about how people a lot of brothers came back messed up from the Vietnam War, you wouldn't have thought about it like that. He's just an abusive guy. They said he went to the war. He left one way, came back another. But y'all want to act like these dudes just are born this way, and then being like quote unquote mad dog. And I use stuff like this as a reference for reasons. Because all of a sudden, these are excuses that people give to treat men a certain way. See, women in the 50s, in the 60s, in 70s, in the 80s were treated like this and treated like that and treated like this. So this is why we do it today. I'm not, look, man, like we've been letting that slide for so long now. Y'all, some of y'all just out of pocket because y'all out of pocket. That's what it is. Some of y'all just out of pocket because y'all out of pocket. You want to be abusive to people. You like being abusive, or what you consider abusive. And because men don't consider women's behavior as abusive all the time, y'all go the extra mile. Man, I ain't even Harambe, man. I ain't even gonna call them the worst race of women. I'm finna call this stuff what it is in my opinion. I could be in the mood to just throw them under the bus right now, but I'm gonna just call a spade in the ways that I see it. You know, I see you, Vern. You know, because this idea that, and the reason I talk about this narrative right now is because this idea that always believe women, always believe women, always believe when a woman says something happens, believe it. So what about all the time these women lied on people? What are all these depictions of women lying on people? Appreciate you, Cooley. All these real life events of women lying on people. But we gotta always believe them. All the women, you know, to the point where we have to say when women go to the police, and it's not men, you know, it's not just men just not believing women. It's so many women who got caught lying. They gotta ask all of these questions to women who have issues, who things happen to them. Because we've been making excuses for female abusers. If I can't get you physically, if I can't get you mentally or verbally, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make up a story and get you legally. And people believe this stuff. But we make excuses for that. She was hurt. She was angry. She was upset. You don't know what she was going through. Man, okay. Well, what happens when these guys get hurt? When these guys get angry? When these guys get upset? You don't know what these guys are going through. See, we want to play this game, so I'm just gonna lay down some things that's just the reality of it. The reality is that we don't talk about. You know, when people go around giving these women excuses, when they talk to the men, would you want somebody to treat your mother like that? Would you want somebody to treat your daughter like that? Well, I don't hear that same kind of logic. You know, I get you, Micah. Exactly. I get you. You know, we don't want to. These same women, when they have sons or they talk to their girlfriends or they have daughters, do you want somebody to treat your father like that? Would you want somebody to treat your son like that? That don't exist. So you want these men to go out and don't do this and that to women because you don't want nobody to do it to your mama, or you don't want nobody to do it to your sister, or you don't want nobody to do it to your daughter. But you don't hear these women talking about, you know, don't do that because you wouldn't want nobody to do it to your father. You wouldn't want nobody to do it to your brother. You don't want nobody doing it to your uncle. See, that don't exist because you know what? We could do stuff to men and get away with it. You know, I'm gonna cut up because it's a man. And part of these narratives is part of the problem because now, you know what? I could fight men. I want to prove I'm better than these men by fighting. These guys don't be trying to get into it with y'all ladies like that. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. But y'all gotta be out acting up. Y'all gotta be cutting up in the house. Y'all gotta be cutting up in public. Y'all gotta be cutting up on the phone. Y'all gotta stir up drama no matter what. But we supposed to make an excuse for that, right? These guys are supposed to take it. You know, when you cussing these guys out, they just supposed to take it. When you throwing stuff at these guys, they just got to take it. When you swinging on these guys and slapping these guys, they just got to take it. You remember they'll have all those ABC, NBC, you know, what would you do type videos. If a man's berating a woman in public and trying to get physical with a woman, everybody comes in on that situation like, what are you doing? When women do it, yeah, cheer on, it's empowerment. Yeah, that's cool. Now, but this is what we're talking about. All the videos of women going around starting troubles and starting fights with men and swinging on men and spitting on men and kicking men. Oh, we supposed to feel sorry for them, right? But if a guy hits them back, oh, you should have never did that. At what point should these guys do something? You get what I'm saying? Because my fam was in the catch-22. He don't even get down like that. If you walk away, you can get killed. If you stay and fight, you can go to jail to stop from getting killed. Seriously? This is what we doing, right? We making excuses because she's a woman. She's a mother. Because she's a woman and she's a mother, she can do whatever she wants. Huh? And the reason I'm bringing that up because I was looking at other stories. And I've been seeing this for years. What's happening, Tony? My bad, Mr. Benevolent. What's up? I've been seeing this for too many years. A mother got arrested for beating the child to death, her and the boyfriend. But you know who got more time? The boyfriend. The child gets beat to death or raped or molested, and you know who goes to jail? And the mother knows it, the boyfriend. The boyfriend get 25 years. The boyfriend get 50 years. The boyfriend get life. Mama get off. She get to go home. I didn't do nothing. You was there. You see, this is what I mean by stop making excuses for female abusers. Because if somebody gets murdered, if two men beat it, if 2 men in the room, it's called an accomplice. You was there for the murder. If it's a man and a woman, and that woman happens to be a mother, she's not an accomplice now. Because she's a mother and a woman, she's mourning the loss of her child. That's a lie. That's a lie. What's up, Kevin? But we want to play this game. Stop making excuses for female abusers. Same thing that happens when all these mothers wind up getting caught abusing their children when they single mothers. You know how many times people have called Child Protective Services on these mothers and it's been found true, but guess what? She don't lose custody. Why? Because she's a woman and she's a mother and she just makes mistakes. Really? Really? If it's so bad that even Child Protective Services, the state agency says this is an unfit household, but you're going to give her a couple of months to get it together. Really? You don't care about these kids' safety because you make excuses for female abusers. And we want to sit there and lie like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just, oh, she's an angel. Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Why I bring this up? Because even in my fam situation, I get the courtesy of, man, make a bond low enough that this woman can get out to get her affairs in order because she's a mother and she got to get her child squared away. But let me ask you a question: if a boyfriend, who's a father, kills his girlfriend, who's a mother, who's not a mother, and then you think they're gonna give him a low bond, so he can get out and make sure his child is okay and get the child in order and then go back to jail? No, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. Because how dare you take a woman's life because you're a man, right? This is how it goes, man. It's been on my mind, but whatever. I remember seeing that little video, the little commercial with Serena Williams. Now it's called financial abuse. If your spouse is taking your money and spending it, that's financial abuse. Oh, so now you working with Chase Bank to make a commercial that's saying if a man spends your money without you knowing or too much of it, it's financial abuse because you're a woman. But let me explain what that is for men. Regular old marriage. That's what it's been for men. Regular old marriage. Your wife spending up your doggone money on anything. She going shopping. Why you think all these guys are out here working overtime, double time, triple time, working themselves to death because their wives out here being financially abusive. buying stuff, hiding it in the garage, hiding it in the attic, hiding it in the car, hiding it in grocery bags, hiding it in the backyard, hiding it in the closet behind other clothes, hiding it at her girlfriend's house. Taking the money, blowing the money, taking change off of the money, keeping in a side account off the money while she's draining the vast majority of the money. Financial abuse, right? But you want to make excuses for her. She has to protect herself. She has to protect herself just in case everything goes south. He made $1 million. You know, he's worth $1 million. But what she did was she spent 500,000 of it, but she really spent 300,000 of it. She put 200,000 of it to the side because just in case they don't work out. So basically, she screwed this guy. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Sorry about that. I forgot my ringer was on. You know, this is where we at. That's abuse. You know, when the people say, I remember what was that song, Hit 'Em Up? You know, if you catch your man in a lie or he caught him cheating, what you do is you take his credit card and you max it out. So if you catch your woman lying or with another man, you know what you should do? Take her credit card and max it out. Oh, it's the same thing, right? You can't say, oh, I was hurt. I was so hurt that I bought myself a whole Louis Vuitton suit and I bought myself a new engine. I bought myself a new V8 engine and a new transmission because she cheated on me. You know what that's called? Theft. Larceny. Identity theft. But, you know, if a woman does, it's okay, right? A woman said, I got beat, so I need some retail therapy. You smacked your boyfriend because you wanted to win an argument. So what he did was he went in your purse and he took out your credit card and he bought himself 9 pairs of Jordans so he could feel better. What is that? That a felony? You know, it's stupid. Exactly, John Cos. I see that. But we're gonna keep making excuses for this, right? Oh man, hold on. My mother's calling too. Hold up. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, family time. You know what it is. But we got to make an excuse because it came from a female side. She could do that. As a matter of fact, if you ain't got a certain amount of money, you ain't man enough to talk to her because you got to be able to afford when she decides she just want to spend your money reckless. Yeah, yeah. And if she spend the money recklessly and then you wind up broke, you not a real man because you don't have enough unlimited resources. Right? We got to stop making excuses for this. Since you want to call it financial abuse, you get married when a man and a woman get married, if he has a retirement and they was married 5-10 years, now she's entitled to half of the retirement 20 years later. You got divorced, you know, you got married in 2000, you got divorced in 2010, you retired in 2040, but she gets half of your retirement in 2040. But she's entitled to that because y'all was married one time. So at the same time, does he get half of yours? Does he? Does he? Let's ask that question. If you retire in 2040, can he come back to you and say, you know what? Because we were married from 2000 to 2010, now, you know, I deserve half of your retirement. It don't work like that, huh? You know, it don't work like that, right? But we want to play like it's all good. It's all good because it's a woman. See, a female could be an abuser. It's not a big deal, right? It's got to be some man somewhere along the line. And speaking of all of that, All you ladies who've been lying about how you got abused, people are looking at that. Because see, a lot of y'all make up excuses to why y'all, I was in this situation, I was in that situation, this happened to me, that happened to me. Like some of y'all, we got to do our due diligence on, because some of y'all lying. And I said that yesterday, because I know this to be true. Some of y'all actually did get molested as children, but some of y'all were told that y'all got molested as children, and y'all just believed it. Y'all got told that, and y'all been rolling with it your whole life. And now you got this vendetta out for men, and you've been living a lie. But we don't talk about that part because you don't know. You don't even know the truth. When I was 2 years old, something happened to me. When I was 3, something happened to me. Really? Who told you that? Who told you that? I'm not saying you can't remember things when you was a kid that was traumatic. That's not true. That absolutely can happen. But the vast majority of y'all who these things happen at those like young ages from birth to like 3 or 4, y'all were told that by somebody. And some of y'all were even told that when y'all were like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And y'all knew, y'all didn't even remember it happening, and y'all remember those times like, I don't remember, but you were told that. So now you've been told it so many times, you believe it to be true. So now you acting out towards men because somebody told you something that you don't necessarily believe to be true. You're not even sure about. See, it's the difference between the people that know and the people that's been told. This is where we at with stuff. But we want to play that game. So the reason I act like this towards men is because this happened. How old were you when this happened? Who did it? Some of y'all don't like men because I was abandoned. My father abandoned us. My daddy abandoned me. So now you taking everything out on men because you say you was abandoned. How many of y'all actually was abandoned, and how many of y'all mamas left? Because the vast majority of y'all mamas left for whatever reason, and because she left, now you got abandoned. And because she left, now you say you abandoned. Now you acting up and you cutting up with men every chance you get. But we supposed to give you a pass because you was abandoned, right? That's what we doing, right? Your mama left your daddy for whatever reason. Now it's every man you meet for. Man, are you kidding me right now? You kidding me right now? My bad. What's up, big dude? Isaiah, my bad. Tony Lacey, my bad. See, we don't want to talk about the reality, right? Because y'all want to act like this don't really exist. Because y'all like y'all excuses. Y'all love to live in y'all excuses. The reason why I gotta stand up for myself because what? I gotta talk like this to people just to prove what? Where did you come up with this from? You just like being abusive because you know if somebody slapped you in public for being off the chain with somebody, you're gonna be the victim. That's what this is about. A lot of y'all are abusive because y'all know society coddles y'all. A lot of y'all treat people like trash because you know they'll let you just get away with it. You get to walk to your car. You get to walk home. You get to go home for that. He says, not covert. No. Y'all get to go home for that. Y'all get to go to all these places in public and just treat people like crap. When you meet people, you just meet people and you automatically just turn on your disrespect. You know why? Because men did this. Man, listen. So you telling me your whole history, all you know, men doing stuff. That's what you telling me. That's what you telling me. So you got all these excuses because all of this is protection. You're protecting yourself from men by picking a fight with men. This is what we doing. This is your excuse. This is your excuse. I'm I'm gonna disrespect this guy because he's a man, because men back in '62 beat up Geraldine Frazier on the bus because she was bringing home too many tomatoes. This is what we doing, huh? This is what you saying, huh? This is what we doing. The men was getting drunk back in the day and beating their wives. Oh, so you trying to tell me the women wasn't getting drunk and beating their husbands? You trying to tell me the women wasn't out there cheating? That's what you trying to tell me. You trying to tell me these women wasn't beating on their kids? That's what you trying to tell me. That's what you trying to say right now? Oh, all that didn't exist, huh? It was just the men, huh? This is why you acting like that. This bull. My bad, Marcus. What's that, man? Shy, what's happening, man? Appreciate you, fam. I'm it's one of them days, fam. It is one of those days because we got to make excuses for y'all. I'm not gonna say we got to. We are continuing to. These guys are deadbeats because they don't pay their child support. At the same time, the very court to tell you if you got custody, don't put the mother on child support because she's a mother and a woman. Oh, so she could be a deadbeat if the shoe's on the other foot. As a matter of fact, if you get custody and she has to pay child support, they look at you like you crazy. And how you gonna do that? I don't care that it's legal. You're wrong for that. You should not put that woman on child support. You're abusing her financially. She gotta live. How's she gonna survive if you're taking this much money from her a month to take care of that child? You a grown man. You could take care of that child without her money. That's what they're gonna tell you. They're gonna hope you don't do it. She can't. No. She shouldn't be able to do that. This is what this is about. See, we make excuses for female abusers. They don't get no consequences. I mean, I'm not gonna say they don't get no consequences. They get low consequences. They get the benefit of the doubt for whatever reason. You make up reasons why they get the benefit of the doubt. This is where we at in society, and then we want to act like it's not real. It's not true. That didn't happen. It ain't the way you say it is. You got to understand. No, I don't got to understand. I don't. How many of these children are getting beat by these women? How many of these children are getting beat by their mothers on a regular basis? But you know what? The reason why they're getting beat by their mothers is because the father's not in the house. So this is the logic. So this is why they go out into society fighting everybody else, because they fighting in the house with their mama. But their mama is such the great angel. Mama is such a good person. She just don't. She want the best for me. The reason why she beat, and I'm not talking about a mother disciplining a child for being out of line. I'm talking about taking out their frustrations on their children. Just because I'm mad today, you gonna catch one. I had a bad day at work. You gonna catch it. All these stuff that y'all talk about with these men hypothetically did one day back in the day. Y'all been doing this for decades. But because y'all been doing it, it's because the reason why she's so mad is because back in the day, she was this, a man put his hands on her. Do you realize they even have movies of women, of mothers who say who get caught up in their lies? What is the movie with freaking the Tyler Perry, not the Tyler Perry movie, the T.D. Jakes movie with Morris Chestnut and I want to say Taraji P. Henson. When he lost his job and him and the wife broke up, he didn't lose his job. He went through hard times because he was supposed to be a baseball player, but he hurt his knee, so he wound up being like an electrician or something like that. She wound up being a realtor, but she was mean to her husband because her mother was taught her to be mean to men because her mother and her father divorced because her father was no good. So she said, and then she kept saying, "I'm like this because of the daddy, because of the daddy." And then Taraji P. Henson went to the mother in the movie talking that, Dad told me you pushed him away. He didn't leave you. He didn't cheat on you with another woman. You just didn't. You kept pushing him away, and then he just left. You didn't want Dad. And then when she found out that she talked to the father about it, well, he hit me in my face. Man, get out of here, man. You've been telling one lie for all these years, and now when you get caught up in your lie, now you got beat up. This is what we this and this is what we teaching out to. You're not easily broken. Thank you. That was the same thing with the little girls Tyler Perry movie. Fight, 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 fight. Beat up the little girl, daddy's little girls. The same type of scenario. Mama could date a drug dealer, beat the girls. Oh, because she's a mother, she's a woman. He got arrested for rape back in the day. Now he was set up for the rape, right? She knew that. The court should have knew that if they knew him already. But and that stuff happens in real life. That type of thing happens in real life. Giannis, my bad. What's happening? He didn't even sleep with the white lady in the movie. That was the crazy part about it. She wanted to sleep with him. He chose not to. Please listen to the manipulator, man. I got you. When the son got paralyzed. What's up, Mr. E? My bad. Casey King, what's happening? Truck, what's going on? Rob Peasy, what's happening? This is where we at with this stuff. Because you got to disrespect these men because of men back in the day. And I said this numerous times. How the hell we going to go with this lie when y'all keep telling these guys they need to be more like the men back in the day? So the men back in the day was drunk, abusive men who cheated on their wives and had multiple families on both sides of town. So this is why you treat the men currently the way you do. But what you need to do is be more honorable like the men back in the day that you said cheated on their wives, beat on their women, was drunks, had families across town, and provided for the family. Like, which one is it? Listen to it. Bobby Womack playing right now. If you think you're lonely now, wait until the night. The complaints were back in the day. We got to excuse. We keep making excuses for female abusers, and I'm glad this playing right now because I was going to clown before yesterday when I was clowning about feminism killed R&B because this is even the music plays this. Even the music sings it. I'm not going to say like the music in the 90s didn't say F these chicks because it did. 2000, same thing. It did. That's what the chicks making now. No problem. What I'm going to say is this, though. Y'all keep thinking that these women, y'all don't listen to these men's songs. Y'all don't listen to a song like Bobby Womack if you think you're lonely now. Y'all don't listen to By the Time I Get to Phoenix. Y'all don't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep thinking that all these men were just users and abusers of women, but you never listen to these men's stories. You never listen to these old blues singers, talk about how they got used and abused. You never listen to that. You never listen to the old R&B singers talk about that either, did you? Did you? It don't make no sense to me. They still made love songs about women, but they still say they got treated dirty. They got treated bad. But that's not abusive, right? Some of y'all single mothers out here, y'all make sure y'all ruin the relationship between your children and their fathers. Y'all make sure that y'all do that. Absolutely sure that y'all do that. And then you turn right around and say something stupid. I'm trying to protect my children. From what? I'm trying to protect what are you protecting them from? Huh? I'm trying to protect them from being hurt and abused. What? This what we on now, huh? Because that's not abusive, right? Alienating your children from their fathers and their father's side of the family. That's not abusive. But they're doing it because they're mothers. But here's the problem. But do you think but if you have a son, you think it's wrong when a woman does it to your son? That's when it's wrong. That's when it's abusive. When you do it, it's not abusive. You was going through a thing because you was abandoned as a kid. But when somebody do it to your son, That's dead wrong. Or when it's you teach your daughter how to do it because you tell your daughter she was abandoned when you was the one playing all these games. And then when your daughter has kids, now you don't like your daughter for some odd reason because she's doing the very same thing you did, but you don't like it because it's wrong. You don't like it because now she's sticking you with the baby. Right? Just like you told her that she was with her grandmama because what? You had to raise yourself because your mama pushed you off on everybody else. It's revenge, right? Revenge parenting. That's not abusive though, right? Revenge parenting is not abusive. It's stupid. What's up, your wheels, man? See, you can be a tiger mom. That's aggressive. Can you be a tiger dad? No, that's abusive. You know, you can be on your kids. I'm making, that's good parenting. If you own your kids and the father, that's abusive, right? It's the same thing in society. Woman can yell at you, she's in power. You yell at her, you're abusive. What gave her the mind that she could just yell at you for no reason? And I'm telling you, because I see this all the time, to the point where, how can I say this? Recently, when this Corona thing happened, I was outside of a grocery store and we had to get a line. You had to get in line, and the people that with the badges on, quote, that work in the grocery store, work for the grocery store drop off thing, they got their badges to let people know that they got to go right in. And in a line with a sister, she was like, you can't, she was trying to tell everybody, you can't go in, get in line. Not a big deal. But it was a Hispanic lady, worked for, and she was like, you can't go in. She's like, no, I work here. She kept telling the lady she can't go in, and I had to tell her, she work here. She kept going. And the lady had to stop. Look, I work here. I'm supposed to be here. So, oh, I didn't know. You did know because you was told numerous times. But you can just always get at people because you're a woman. You can abuse society because you're a woman. We got to make an excuse for you. Ain't no men in the room for that. The same thing that happened with the recently with Boris Kojo and Nicole Ari Parker. We that's not abusive, right? But if a man, same thing happened, and I can go far back as to Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson, because I saw that interview when I was a kid. She just sitting there hugged up with Mike, and he's abusive. And Mike like, what the mother? What? He beats you and he hits you in spaces where it doesn't bruise you because he's a fighter. So you went from all the way from Mike Tyson and Robin Givens all the way to this Boris Kojo and Ari Parker thing. Is that abusive? Because you didn't already disparage this guy for the world to see. Now he's stuck there. We talked about Beyonce's mother when she did it to her husband. There's somebody else that did it recently too. Just sitting there, just trashing these guys. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Lazy, what's happening? Oh man, yeah. Thank you, thank you for that, Ill Wills. That's abusive. Terry Metcalf was abusive for throwing the ball at his son hard to teach him how to play football. And Eric wound up being a Cleveland Brown just like his dad. But that's abusive. That's abusive. That is abusive. This is where we at nowadays. So would it be abusive if men start sitting on TV with their girlfriends or their wives? She doesn't do anything anymore. I'd rather be single again because she doesn't do all the loving things she used. There is no date night because dude could. I'm telling you, like a lot of y'all really don't realize how y'all want to emasculate these men in public just for the heck of it, just for the fun of it. And these guys have been showing a lot of class, a lot of patience, a lot of restraint with y'all. Y'all finna start getting that work because he could have easily said date night. When the last time you ever took me out on a date? We've been married for years. Oh, because you cook eggs. You cook eggs in the house, and I come kiss you. Oh, that's not good enough. Even though you said I don't do it when I do it. But let me ask you something. What do you do for me? When's the last time you've been loving to me? Answer that. Well, you're supposed to pay for the date and take me out and make me feel special. And since we're on TV in front of everybody, I'm going to say you don't do anything. Okay. Should Will Smith have a red table talk and talk about all the times Jada Pinkett been out of pocket? Should he do that? Should he do that? Would that be because, we making excuses? You a man, you're not supposed to, it's funny how when you a man, you're supposed to respect the relationship and keep your relationship private and don't put your partner on blast in public. But when you're a woman, you can put him on blast any kind of way, even when it don't even make sense. Thank you. Joe Jackson, abusive. And then by the time Joe Jackson died, all the kids is trying to say, man, we did Joe wrong. Joe ain't exactly what we said he was. Joe Jackson was the one that was taking him to clubs. Joe Jackson was the one that took him all the way to Motown. Joe Jackson is the one that made them all famous. No disrespect to their mother, Catherine. Joe Jackson put in a hell of a lot of work to go from a steel mill to have 5, 6 children, probably all independently worth $100 million apiece. But he was abusive. Joe used to beat me. Okay. Joe whipped me. Yeah. Y'all act like kids didn't get whipped. Y'all see this is the thing. Dad used to beat you. When dad used to beat you, it was abusive. But you never say what you did to get a whipping. You notice that, right? All these people who say their dads were abusive, y'all never say what y'all did to get quote unquote whipped or disciplined or why you got abused in the first place. But when your mother do it, she was just trying to keep me in line. So let me get this right. You was out of pocket when your mama whipped you. And you can admit you was out of pocket when your mama whipped you. But when your dad whipped you, he was abusive. He was abusive. Ain't that a trip? Because you think that the Jackson didn't get whipped by their mama? You really think that Miss Jackson didn't whip all them kids at some point? Really? That's what y'all think. Janet didn't get whippings, Michael didn't get whipped, Tito, none of them, Latoya, none of them got whipped by Catherine. Please. This is ridiculous. Joe wasn't there all the time. You gonna catch one. That's what's gonna happen. But you making excuses. I'm not calling Catherine Jackson abusive. I ain't finna call Joe Jackson abusive. He was getting endorsement. Think about that. This is how we treat black men. In the movie, he was getting endorsement deals for his children in the 80s, and he was looked at as a monster for that. Y'all need to all look. All I need you to do is go to Pepsi. Y'all, we can all make $10 million. So you mean to tell me? So if your white manager can get you an endorsement deal to do a video with your brothers, it's all good. But if your dad do it, it's all bad. If the mama got an endorsement deal with Pepsi, you boys get together because mama said so. Y'all should do this for Pepsi. Do it for me. Do it for the family. It'd have been a good thing. This is where we at. This is where we at with it. This is stupid. Yeah. Wait till your father get home. Yeah. But it was always worth. You did something for that conversation, though, wasn't it? Yeah, that's my son in there. My son. It's crazy. This is ridiculous. But okay, we're not gonna speak this because it's not a good narrative. See, people are allowed to be whatever they want to. If you're a female, you're allowed. You go ahead. Women can get in fights with other women in public and go home. Y'all act like I'm not, women getting in a knockdown, drag out fights and go home. Women of all races. If a woman gets in a knockdown, drag out fight with a man and she started it, he goes to jail. She goes home. If the only two men that can get in a fight in America and go home is white dudes when cops come up. Everybody else going to jail. That's how it's gonna go. If you in a mixed environment, I would say that. If you in an all black environment of two people, if you in your own element and it's your own people, normally you're not going to jail. But when it's a diverse environment, women can fight in a diverse environment and go home. Only men that can fight in a diverse environment and go home is white men. That's it. That's it. The only people who could do that is white men. White men can pick a fight with people in other groups of men in public, start a fight, get beat up, and the other people go to jail and they go home. Women have the same exact privilege when it comes to being quote unquote abusive. This is how it goes down. This is the society we live in. What's up, Major? This is how we get now, but it's men's fault that this goes on. These women could be abusive everywhere they go. Think about that. We make excuses. The mother the mother that cut her little kid's hair on social media, she still got custody of that kid. That's abusive, which we want to make an excuse for. Talked about that when it happened. What about the mothers that used to put the kids on live and just beat the brakes off of them and stomp them out? Them kids still there. You want to be fast? You think you bad? The mother that went to the school and just berated and beat the little kid on the school ground, the little son, all on social media, and did it like, shh, I'm gonna make you a man. This how you gonna roll up on a kid this age? And my son was bad at a certain age, but I still had the common sense to know, okay, if you get punished, you're getting punished at home. I'm not finna punish you in front of all these people. And I'm definitely not finna take a video of it, put it on for the world to see, and just do you like that. Nah. You know, yeah, for likes. But even if it's dead wrong, oh my God. But she's a mother. But if a father does that, if an uncle does that, now it's a problem. Matter of fact, if a mother boyfriend does it when the kid's out of line, when he's actually out of line and you have to check the kid, he's still abusive. You taught him all this bad behavior, but even you don't even want the boyfriend to correct it. The reason I'm thinking about this is because, like I said, when I saw the thing earlier, the lady shot her husband here. She was shooting at the cops, and they tased her. She shot at the cops 5 times, and they tased her. So women can shoot at police officers, and it's okay. I've seen women try to run police officers over in cars. It's okay. See, women could be abusive because they're women. It's just supposed to be like that. This is what we own. This is what goes on in society. Casey, yeah, exactly. Mama could be abusive. The lady here in Texas that drowned all her 5 kids. Postpartum depression. Man, get out of here. She didn't even go to jail for that, really. She went to an insane asylum, and I think she out now. Exactly, Zeus. You could drown, a woman could drown her 5 kids and say, because he got me pregnant too many times. Are you kidding me right now? Like you wasn't making them babies too? Like you just wasn't, like you just, all that sex that was going on in that house, you ain't had nothing to do with it. Man, go on with that, man. Thank you, Andrea. Yeah, exactly. And there was another woman out here back in that time when Andrea Yates, she caught her boyfriend cheating or her husband cheating. She ran him over with the car. Ran him over with the car. And I remember my coworker was like, it was so funny to see his flip-flops flying in the air. She hit him by his flip-flop, ran him over in a car that he paid for. And I remember all of the videos with men, you know, girls trying to hit him with cars and hit him with this and hit him with that. All the videos, all these grown women, like when they say the men are doing things, these men are violent, these men are beat. Like when a girl got beat up in Brooklyn, they said it was grown men. All of them was teenagers. like from 13 to 15 or something like that, maybe 13 to 17 or something like that. Now they grown men now. But you see all these videos of actual grown women fighting in a whole neighborhood, a whole apartment complex, a whole street. You could tell these women grown. Mothers taking their children out, you know what I'm saying? Fighting. Grown women beating up little girls. But it's because they're a mother. If a father took his daughter or son over somebody's house to beat them their child up, what would that be? What would it be? What would it? That would be a felony. That's what that would be. That would be a felony. My bad. Clara Harris, thank you. She out. That don't make no sense. Exactly. Your own car. The whole this song, the whole town laughing at me is for a reason. It's stupid. Appreciate you guys, man. But this is what we on right now. You can always be abusive. As long as you're a woman, you can be abusive. You know why? You can't hurt these men. And I've been on YouTube for a very long time. And I remember they used to do stories back to back to back. Most of the men on YouTube, because there was a few years ago where it just be story after story of a black man with his girlfriend. He got stabbed. He got shot. He got hit by a car. He got over dumb stuff. And it was all because she got mad. She got mad. She got mad. She got mad. She felt like this wasn't good enough. She felt like that wasn't good enough. She thought she got cheated on. She thought. You know what I'm saying? She fought this guy for this, that, and the third. Yeah, she out, dog. Appreciate you, Roger. But it's the men. Exactly. But it's the men's fault. That's what it is. It's the men's fault. It's our fault. And why am I, and part of the reason why I'm saying we stop making excuses for female abusers, because one of the things that goes on, and we've talked about it in this sex, crime of passion. You know what I'm saying? But that's the crazy part, Candace. How do you not know men get abused in the black community? How? And it ain't no disrespect to you, but guys get, it's always stories in the family of a guy getting hit with a frying pan, getting dishes thrown at him, but y'all always assume he would. See, every time a woman does something to a man, the first question is, but what did he do to her? What did he do to cause it? That's what happens. See, it's not looked at as abuse, because the first question is, what did he do? The very same thing that if a woman gets raped, what did she do to bring it on herself? It's this very same logic. The very same logic. When these guys are sitting in the car and getting cussed out by women just for because she mad. She had a bad day. She felt like she was right about something, and because she felt like she was right about something, she just went in. And it ain't just the men; it's the kids too. Remember that little girl that was on Facebook? Y'all wonder why we so messed up? Because we live in a house with people like this. Every time she get into it with her boyfriend, she think I'm sleeping with him. So now she take it out on me. This happens all the time. I talked about Al Green in that earlier. You can't say these, women are verbally abused by men, and all you see is women going in on men. But I was missing my point. This idea that if you guys build a community and build a farm and buy cattle and build skyscrapers, it's gonna make us comfortable enough to act like we got sense. Do you know how crazy that sounds? This is an excuse. You mean to tell me, because there are plenty of quote unquote sisters who are taken care of by men, whether they're married or in a relationship with men, they still cut up. They don't pay not one bill. They still cut up. They don't pay not one car note. They don't actually pay, use their own money to pay for their own clothes. They still cut up. They still act a fool. And what they gonna say? Just what you think? You run me because you got money? They still cut up. So they even women who, and this is why part of that housewives-esque reality TV thing is such a big deal. Because it shows women who actually had everything you women was asking for, still cutting up and acting a fool. We don't care if they married to athletes or doctors. Pastors, doesn't matter. Businessmen, doesn't matter. Cutting up. Mad abusive. Mad dysfunctional. But you know what? Somehow even those women, well, you know what? It's because of my childhood. Something happened to me and I never got over it. How old are you? I'm 53. When did this happen? When I was 7. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. BMT, what's happening, man? Man, yeah, fam. The big, it don't make sense. And I'm sorry, BMT, man. I might have to put the rifle thing on pause because you know what I'm saying. I'm still mourning over here. But you know what I'm saying. This is the. I got you. I will. You know, this is where we at. This don't make no sense, man. Because you can abuse these guys. It's just all day, all night, all day, all night. Like we don't look at like society never looked at. You know, when y'all say these men, you know, the stereotype of men getting off of work and going straight to the bar before they go home. Why was that? Because their wife or girlfriend was always doing the most. He got to go. He don't have to go to drink to go to work. He got to go get drunk before he can go to deal with going home. He would rather be at work than be at home because it's miserable at home. I don't understand. Y'all act like that didn't. That y'all only looked at one side of the stereotype. You know, it didn't make sense to me. It still doesn't make sense to me. Everybody can get abused by these women. Pets can get abused by these women. Don't really matter. Meridian, what's happening? Seneca, what's happening? I don't even care that they never satisfied. All right, I'm gonna mellow out, man. My bad. But this is what we do. This is what we do. The whole narrative, you know, even the whole narrative of even the current generation of rappers, it was always to use men up. It ain't just starting with, you know, City Girls and Megan Thee Stallion and all that. No. That go back to Lil Kim and them. It was always use these dudes for everything. What's up, CJ? You know, glad from the Bay, man. It was always use these men for something. Men owe you for everything. And you know what BMT was talking about? You know, even with weddings, it's real funny that the number one, you know, is either money or sex is the reason why people file most divorces. But you know what's funny about that? Women don't pay. Women's families don't even pay for the wedding no more. So it's your responsibility to pay for the wedding because it's your daughter, right? You even and you talk about financial abuse. The man got to pay for the wedding now because he the man. But your daddy ain't supposed to pay for it. Your mama ain't supposed to pay for it. He's supposed to buy the ring and pay for the wedding. And if you wind up broke after it, you get to disrespect him. So y'all get completely off the hook. But you want to talk about financial abuse. He ain't got enough money for us. Really. But it's my day. But you ain't paying for your day. And your family ain't paying for your day either. Your family ain't paying for you. Y'all want these men to treat y'all better than y'all family ever treated y'all, and y'all treat them like trash. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But if these guys don't do that, they're no good. No good. And he's less of a man if he doesn't. And then the ring got to be a certain size. Let me ask y'all this question. You know, what does the male ring got to be? How much is the male wedding ring worth on average? Huh? Explain that. What is the cost of a male wedding ring? This is where we at with it. Matter of fact, I'm about to look it up. Average male wedding ring cost. We finna see this. $300 to $400. $300 to $400. Let's see. Average female wedding ring cost. Let's see. Okay. Now this one is, it says a band was $1,000. But see, the average cost for a wedding ring for a bride is between $5,968 and $6,258. I knew it was coming because it's wedding stats. I went to wedding stats. At first, it was one, but wedding stats say this. You know, in 2009, the average cost of an engagement wedding band set for brides sits at $6,113, while the groom's band averages nearly 87% less. So minus that, 0 carats. But that's not financial abuse. That's taking care of your woman. You know what I'm saying? That's just taking care of your woman. That's what you supposed to. This is what you got to do to make her happy. And speaking of making people happy, to make people happy, you know, a man got to make you ladies happy even when you're mean spirited. He got to do something to make you not be mean spirited. You get to be mean spirited to him. Does he just get to just because I'm a man, because I got mommy issues and I got daddy issues, I can be mean spirited to you? And you got to do something. You got to fix me my favorite. You got to fix me my favorite dish to make me feel better. Like, come on, man. This ain't the Players Club. Do something make me feel good. You gotta blow up a building to make me. No, it ain't like that. It ain't like that. Yeah, exactly. That's a down payment on the house. Ridiculous. He's like, you see how much that's a ridiculous thing, man. Ridiculous thing. So, man, like, it's stupid, man. It's stupid. So if a woman, woman can do whatever they want. I ain't gonna say whatever, but that's the problem, man. They could be abusive. It's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay that y'all could be abusive. It's not. Because when men do dirt, was done in the dark comes to the light. When men do something in the dark and it comes to the light, he's held at this standard. When women do something dark in the dark and it comes to the light, it's a man's fault somehow. Come on, man. Come on, man. I cheated on him because I was feeling neglected. Do you know how many men feel neglected by their woman? Seriously? How many men feel neglected by their wife? The stereotype of the average married man is a man who's neglected. That's what the average man in a relationship is, neglected. That's why guys get messed, start feeling like relationships ain't no good because they're getting in a relationship to do stuff for somebody else and they're neglected the whole time. That's the norm for men. The norm. You remember that, huh, Major? That's the norm. Men do speak up about being neglected. That's the thing. I'm not saying that men shouldn't say nothing. But the truth is, when men speak up about what goes on with men, what is the first thing? You acting like a girl, take it like a man. A real man wouldn't say nothing. A real man shouldn't have to deal with that. A real man this, a real man that. That's bull. Men say what's up all the time. Think about that. If you know, if a woman gets neglected, a real woman wouldn't talk about being neglected. A real woman wouldn't talk about being cheated on. A real woman wouldn't talk about her man being broke. A real woman wouldn't talk about her man being abusive. A real woman wouldn't talk about, you know what I'm saying, a man using her. That's what a real woman wouldn't do. Why is she talking about that? That's how this goes. That's how this goes. Kimbo, what's happening? My bad. My bad. And you know, you hear it all the time, Candace. It's no disrespect. I'm in one of those things. You know, it's like I'm just gonna just be flat out honest. Yeah, man up. When little boys abuse, y'all don't care. And I don't understand this for the life of me. We make excuses for female abusers all the time. How are these little girls getting abused for years, and these boys get these boys get abused for years, and y'all in the same household? How are you a parent and you saying you're protective of your children, but your children come up and say they've been abused for years, from 9 to 13? You know what I'm saying? From 5 to 12. How that happen? Because there comes a point where you're abusive when this is going on in your house for years. Y'all keep saying, you know, the fake stereotype is dudes was molesting their kids. That's not what the actual reality is it? That's not the reality. The reality ain't these dudes, dads been molesting their daughters and sons. The reality is your boyfriends and your brothers, you know what I'm saying, has been doing this. But they've been doing it for years. You can have multiple boyfriends doing that for years. How? But it's okay if you do that. That's abusive. And I'm not saying you got to be the perfect mother, because something can happen when you're not looking or not there. I can understand that as a parent. But when it happens over and over and over again, oh, no. I remember the story of the father going to jail when he found out his son was molesting his daughter. He beat the brakes off of that boy, and dad went to jail for that. If mom finds that out and mom beats the brakes off the boy or shoots the boy, she's a great mother. Dad went to jail for beating the brakes off of the molester's son. True stories. Dad went to jail for beating the brakes off of the molester boyfriend when he found out. Went to jail for that. Sometimes the molesters went to jail, sometimes they didn't. But dad went to jail for it. But if dad would have beat mama too, it'd have been problem. He'd have got life, because he ain't supposed to do that. Now he can't never have custody of his daughter, because all they're gonna say is he's abusive. This is what goes on in real life, man. And not to mention the people who got lied on in these processes, who got lied on, and then they got beat up and shot and some killed because somebody just wanted someone out of the picture. So you made it up, and then somebody went the extra mile to do something to them, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't true. You had to do all of that. How many of these men got sent off on dummy missions? We're good for what they thought was the right reason. I got beat, I got molested, I got raped by this guy, and now all of a sudden, it's not true. Caught a dude off guard because he didn't even know where the hell this came from. I'm like, what are you talking about? And for some of y'all that don't understand that, I'm gonna tell you, there was a video some years ago, and you can still probably find it on social media where the daughters thought it was a prank to say that their sister was getting beat up by her boyfriend. They was in the kitchen all together telling this to dad, and dad trying to figure out what happened. Boyfriend in the living room playing video games. He go there and start going in on that boy. And then you know what happened? Then they had to stop dad. It was a prank. It was a prank. It was a prank. Dad could have killed that dude in that amount of time. But it was a prank. And did dad apologize to the dude? No. Did the boyfriend over there, why? That ain't no prank. Why would you do something like that? That ain't funny. Y'all knew that wasn't going to be funny to begin with. That's abuse. But if the young man's father finds that, and then he come through, really? And he start beating the brakes off of dad, and he shoot dad for that. That's what was wrong. We make excuses for female abusers or the chastity of women. And some of us, and that's why some of us guys get in on it. How many videos you see of these men with guns and rifles and shotguns in the picture next to the boyfriend for the prom? You think that's cute? You think that's cute, huh? And because you could do it to a dude, I'm gonna do it to this young man, to quote unquote protect my daughter, or to let him give this lesson to my daughter is cool, right? I mean, I ain't gonna lie, one of the funniest scenes in Bad Boys was when they ran up on him. You look 30. I want to scare him. Okay, that's cool. So let's flip that around. Your daughter come to my house dating my son. Me and my drunk cousin, we gonna act like we're gonna shoot her if something go down that night. How did that look? Because we protecting him. How does that look? We make excuses, man. But you know what? Let me get out of here, man. I got to catch my family. I'm gonna hit you right now, BNT, before I forget, fam. So I'm gonna get out of here, man. This aggravates me, dog. This aggravates me. I couldn't get it right yesterday, but this aggravates me. So hopefully I got it right today. Peace.